Hello everyone, welcome to the Smashi Business Show. Today is Wednesday, 12th of February 2025. The second month of the new year is already here and it's nearly half done. I am Abdul Majid and I have with me a very special person today. How are you?
Thank you, Abdul Majid. I'm good. How are you? I'm Abdullah Adawiya.
Yeah.
I actually work with Augustus Media and I wanted to actually help Majid today with the business show.
Abdullah basically handles Odium. What do you do with Odium and what is Odium? Good chance to
Good
market
chance.
it.
Odium is the content studio of Augustus Media. Actually, we do different type of content, video content, and different type of content. I'm heading now Odium. Thank you, Majid, for this opportunity, actually, and I would like to help you with it, and you can go ahead and start with it.
Yeah. So the big news today is that DP World CEO, Sir Sultan Ahmed bin Sulaim, His Excellency, has said that Trump is negotiating with all the tariffs that he's putting on everyone, literally, right now. And he's not stopping trade, he's just trying to get an advantage. Second, we're going to talk about Abu Dhabi's MGX, which is set to back AI's big three. They've already invested in OpenAI, they've already invested in XAI, which is by Musk, and they're planning to invest in Anthropic. It's a Bloomberg report. We'll talk in detail when we discuss it. And we're going to give you all the updates from Leap 2025, which is happening in Riyadh. Today is day 4 of the event. 3 days have passed. It's filled to the neck. The videos that I'm seeing from Leap, there's no place to walk. So yeah, we'll discuss what big deals have been signed. Just to give you a preview before we enter the first story and discuss it in details. First day, $14.9 billion of deals were signed. Second day, $7.5 billion of deals were signed. Yeah,
that's huge.
And I'm waiting to find the third day's numbers. And obviously the fourth day is like, I think they'll going to go out with a bang, a very big bang, to try to surpass 50 billion overall in deals in this edition. They're expecting nearly 200,000 people, so that's also big. But let's talk about something that's happening in Dubai first.
Nice.
World Government Summit. Yesterday was day 1, today is day 2. Very interesting event. Abdullah, 13 heads of states, 30 government ministers, over 8,000 people participating, and it is an invite-only event. You can't just walk into the World Trade Center and be a part of it. So it's very nice thing that is happening in Dubai. Interestingly, just remembered, tomorrow Elon Musk is giving a talk.
In the
World
Summit,
okay. Yeah. So in 2017, it was his debut. He came to Dubai, actually, and that was the first time he came to Dubai. And the UAE Minister of Cabinet Affairs, Mr. Abdullah Al-Garqawi, he hosted him. And he asked him how is he feeling in Dubai. And he was like, oh, it was my first time. And my kids are really happy. I love Dubai.
Yeah, definitely enjoyed Dubai.
Last year also, he joined by call remotely. So this year, we still don't know if he's coming physically.
But he has a talk this summit.
It'll be interesting to hear from the world's richest fan.
True.
Yeah.
It's basically for the World Government Summit, they discussed the strengthening of economic and digital partnership with the UAE. And there's an initiative that actually happened in the World Government Summit with Madagascar, which is UAE will train more than 1 million young people, which is actually a very huge one and a very nice one and a nice initiative to have with another country through UAE, definitely.
Yeah, so the Madagascar president is also there. He's one of the heads of state and he announced this. And really interesting things happening. Whatever you want to find, you can go to our socials, Smashi Business, and find all the details about it. We're trying to cover as much as possible. Obviously, there's so much happening around the Middle East and around the world that we can't cover everything. So for that, we have a very detailed newsletter. You can subscribe to it. You can find the link to subscribe to it anywhere on our socials. Go to Instagram, Facebook, wherever you want.
Whatever.
Just go, write Smashi Business, and you'll find us. First story for the day. Very important, DP World CEO, Sir Sultan Ahmed bin Sulaim, he has said that Trump is using all the tariffs. So if you want a short summary, he tariffed Canada, he tariffed Mexico. 25%, 25%, and then he said 10% extra tariffs on China. He reverted back the Canadian tariffs. He was like, no, okay, we'll have a talk with them. And Canada also put 25% tariff. So both pulled out and now they've negotiated a deal. No deal with Mexico right now. no deal with China right now. But now he's come and he's attacked steel and aluminum. So from going after countries, he's
That
going
without
after
products
Yeah.
now.
And yesterday, gold prices went skyrocketing because aluminum and steel are very important in construction. So yes, now he is putting tariffs on steel and aluminum.
Yeah, and I think that matters the biggest for UAE because one of the world's UAE is one of the world's top 5 aluminium exporters
Yeah.
after the US and Canada, and the GCC in general, total GCC contributes around 10% of the global aluminium production. So this is two very big. For the economy in GCC and for the UAE specifically, and the aluminium demand is rising nowadays due to the use in the electrical batteries.
Yeah.
So this will actually affect UAE. But what the CEO, I think, the CEO, Mr. Sultan Ahmed, said is, it is a negotiation skill. It's not. He's a businessman at the end of the day, Trump, and this is a negotiation skill. He will not actually stop any trade or do anything for that. I think so.
Yeah, and I think stopping trade at all is not also good for America.
True.
He came with the MAGA theory, make America great again, and I don't think
Stopping the trade will
and
make it
obviously,
great again.
it's not just about, I think, importing stuff where he's spending money. He also has to export stuff.
True.
So if he puts tariff on someone, the other person
So
will be
we'll
like,
put,
okay, we'll tariff you as well.
Exactly.
So he's a very hardcore businessman at its core. I don't know how he becomes president. I think he negotiates his way to becoming president as well. But I remember Rich recently, our CEO Richard Fitzgerald, he was at a podcast and I saw a clip of him saying that he was talking to a guy who met Trump in Dubai. And the guy came and gave Trump a piece of paper or something, and well, can you sign it for me? You remember that?
I remember
clip?
that. I saw that.
And the guy was like, Trump signed it with the pen, and Trump was like, I'll keep the pen.
Yes.
I was like,
That's
very interesting.
Yeah.
That guy only deals in deals.
Yeah, business mentality,
Yeah.
full on. Even I think with leading the country, the US, it would be in a business matter. I think.
And I think after Mr. Biden, who had a lot of problems, like he was seen sleeping at events, big events, he was seen blabbering stuff, which is expected from the president. Abdullah, who's been your favorite president? Do you have any idea?
I don't
like
have
the Bushes, Obamas, Biden, Trump. We've seen
all
a lot
of them have their goods and bads. I don't have a very specific favorite one, but I might say Trump is the favorite in terms of personality, not a favorite as in president or what he was doing in general, but as a personality, I like this personality.
Yeah, but I liked Obama. He was a great statesman.
True.
I still remember his speech when they killed Osama bin Laden in Pakistan. It was a very big thing for Pakistan because they literally flew in, killed him, took his body, threw it in the water,
and nobody knows about it.
And I remember the whole Pakistan stood still when we were told that the US president is coming to the East Wing. So US White House is very funny that whenever there is a bad news, they announce it from the West Wing. The good news, they announce it from the East Wing. So around that time, Arab Spring was also going on. Libya's Gaddafi was also running in hard. So everyone was like, oh, maybe they caught Gaddafi. Maybe this is happening. Something happened in the Arab world. And he came and he was like, with all this. And the kind of statement he was, I loved how he spoke.
Yeah.
How do I put it? The natural ability to just say anything.
And he's charismatic. He is a charismatic person, true.
Even now, when you look at him, he goes to a lot of speeches. And you look at his speeches. I love people. When I was learning public speaking and all this stuff during my mass communication, one of my teachers gave me a book which was the greatest speeches in the world by like Martin Luther King and all these guys, Kennedy's speeches. And he gave me that book and he was like, try to read them in their style. Don't copy the accent, but copy the pauses. Copy the emphasis on words.
Actually.
So you read those speeches, and the favorite one was again, I Have a Dream. Martin Luther King, best speech ever written. I don't think he wrote it and did it. He just saw the crowd and he was like, okay, I'll repeat it after every sentence. So a lot of things happened, but DP World CEO is saying he's negotiating. We know that another UAE businessman, one of the big giants, Mr. Hussain Sajwani, the CEO of the Mac Properties.
He was in the inauguration of Trump, the president.
And he was also at the New Year celebration
Eve.
at Mar-a-Lago. So what we saw that he got a lot of benefits, but just being near to Trump. And I think the world CEO, everyone right now, US is a superpower.
Yes.
Everyone wants to stay near it.
I would stay connected to it in a different way.
So somehow to get something out of it.
Definitely.
Like everyone is coming to Middle East
Yes.
to get a pool
All
of money from them. Now these people are going to Trump because they know, again,
They know.
he'll make deals.
He'll make deals. He's the biggest businessman.
So second story for today, a little technical, a little complicated to understand. We put it on social media yesterday. A lot of people didn't like it. I think the whole story was lost in translation because it's a little difficult to understand. So today we're thinking of making it easy for you. So we'll start with MGX. Abu Dhabi created, the government created an entity which is called MGX. Abdullah had a very nice question in the morning. What's the full form? So I don't even know. They don't have a full form.
It is called MGX
so
for
in
now.
their brain, they have a full form. I don't know what the full form is, but MGX basically is $100 billion. Just think of it as a bank account which has $100 billion. And that money, the Abu Dhabi government,
To be invested
MGX,
in
they can invest it into AI. So Abdullah has something to tell us.
So
about it.
MGX potential investment, they have a potential investment. Now they have already investment in OpenAI and XAI. And now they have a potential investment in Anthropic, which is valued of over $60 billion. This will strengthen definitely Abu Dhabi's investment and commitment to the AI innovation and global leadership in the sector.
So in the Middle East, we've always seen that UAE and Saudi Arabia, they're always fighting for supremacy.
True.
Oil supremacy, they want more oil to be sold by them. Non-oil trade, both of them try to do the best. AI now, even then, Saudi has a whole plan for AI infrastructure, like data centers. We'll talk about one of the 5 billion data centers when we come to leave. But UAE has their own data centers. They have a G42 named company, chaired by His Highness Sheikh Qanun, the Deputy Prime Minister of Abu Dhabi, the head of G42, the head of IHC, the head of ADQ, the head of 442, the head of MGX also.
True.
He's the head of literally a lot of companies. So that is the main idea, that they created a company, they understood, UAE understood and Abu Dhabi understood that AI is the future.
True.
So investing in AI will bring returns sooner or later. So they created a $100 billion account and now they're investing everywhere.
So the $2 trillion sovereign wealth fund of UAE actually is fueling the AI development as part of the broader economic diversification of the strategy they have. So this is huge actually, and
there's a lot of money here.
There's a lot of money, and they are actually investing it in the right place, to be honest. I think. And it will actually have a good return for them in the future. I think by 2028 they had
they have a target to double the amount.
Double the amount,
so
exactly.
If they're investing 100 billion right now in everything, they want to double it to 200 billion.
Exactly.
By assets under management by 20. And that's not very far. It's like 3 years after.
I think Abu Dhabi knows what they're doing.
And that's the good thing about it. You've worked here, I've worked here. I've realized these guys, they don't invest in something reactively.
True.
They're proactive.
Exactly.
When you even hear about a company, you'll be like, okay, this company is becoming big. You go to the people who have invested in it, you'll already find someone from UAE. Or at least someone from Saudi, and you'll be like, okay.
There's a strategy. There's a strategy always behind everything.
Very proactive investment. That's really great. From UAE and Saudi, to be honest. We should always say Saudi and UAE together because they're the giants of Middle East, I think, and everyone also thinks right now. That is why everyone is moving there. So good segue into now Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is hosting one of the biggest conferences, to be honest, I would say now in the world. In the region, though, it's 100%. But it's the bias that I have that it's in the world. It's one of the biggest conferences in the world. It's in the 4th edition only. That was interesting for me yesterday when I was reading that it's just in the 4th edition. And last year, they hosted 215,000 people. Usually...
This year?
last year. This year, as soon as day 4 ends,
full.
we'll get a full number. But right now, what I've seen in videos and clips and Instagram,
It's packed.
100% more than
It's
that.
packed.
So let's see what the numbers are going to be. But the interesting thing is that Leap is not just like a conference where you go and exhibit something. People may come or not.
No, deals actually happens there.
Actually happening.
Yes.
So two, three big deals I'll tell you which have happened by now. So Saudi Arabia, there was a report launched at Leap. Saudi Arabia's UN e-government development index achievement was announced. Saudi Arabia climbed 25 places in 2024 compared to 2023, and they've become the first in the Middle East region, MENA region, in e-government development. So basically, e-government development is all the systems that we have, Emirates ID systems, the Iqama systems, all these. They've made it online. So you don't have to go to physical spaces. And they're the first in that. And then obviously they're followed by UAE. But they're second in the G20 countries, which has a lot of European countries as well, and sixth in the world. So that shows a big jump, 25 places in just 1 year.
For Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Yes. And there's also Salesforce. They actually did an investment of 500 million.
Yeah.
This was announced in Leap to drive AI innovation and establish, since we're talking about AI, and establish a new regional headquarters in Riyadh. This is also a big milestone for Saudi itself and for Salesforce to have headquarters in Riyadh and in the region with a 500 million investment.
Yeah. So the company Zoom, everyone knows Zoom. Zoom, the thing that we use for meetings. They've also promised to invest 75 million. Apart from that, another important use that I saw was Data Vault. It's a company which builds AI infrastructure, basically data centers. And then Neom, our favorite thing to talk about, to be honest, the biggest project. It's nearly worth 1.5 trillion now, the whole development. So Neom and Data Vault, they've come together, partnered up. A $5 billion data center is being built in Oxagon, which is one part of Neom, and it will have a 1.5 gigawatt capacity. Just to give you an example of 1.5 gigawatts is, half of Dubai can be lighted up for a month with that capacity, so it's a lot. So create first fully sustainable AI data center. And by that, I think they mean that it will be run on some renewable energy back source. So that way, it will have zero energy inputs, but a very good output. Most probably solar energy, wind energy, whatever they can use, that will be used to power this data center.
And as I know, they are lessing the investment in the oil in general. So this actually supports that big time, which is great actually for Saudi. They're diversifying their investments and their actually the source of income they have. So this will be great for them definitely.
So non-oil, trade is happening. That's what we're seeing. Some of the big things are this. I think it's very important for Saudi Arabia, this event. And
the Leap event,
what do you think?
definitely.
Why is it important? Why is so much money coming into a country important, I think?
I think it reflects the aggressive push for Saudi Arabia to become the leader in AI, technology and AI, with over 7.5 billion invested in data infrastructure, AI, and digital connectivity. Also, the investment span across sectors such as energy, entertainment, environmental sustainability, and telecommunication, enduring a broad economic impact, as I was mentioning before. And this also solidifies Saudi Arabia's role as a major regional tech hub. And they are always asking the consultancy and the tech hubs to have a regional office now in Saudi to work with the Saudi and with the Saudi government and with Saudi clients. So everyone actually is moving to Saudi and opening the headquarters there, like Salesforce, and to have a major regional tech hub for Saudi there.
I think Saudi is. Have you been to Saudi?
Yes, I've been to Saudi.
Yeah, how many times? Like recently, did you go?
Yes, recently I went, but I used to go to Saudi every week for 5 days a week. Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
So Saudi, I've realized, has changed a lot.
Definitely.
Rich always has this opinion. I went to Jeddah and Makkah, obviously, for Umrah. I haven't been to Riyadh. I have to go.
The development in Riyadh is crazy. It's out of this world.
That new metro opening. I've seen Dubai metro. I've seen Turkey's metro. So I want to see. They're saying it's beautiful.
True. I
The
heard a lot about
stations,
it,
yeah.
and the connectivity of it is huge,
Yeah.
and they have good
Oh
lanes.
yeah, it's the biggest in the world in terms of miles covered in the world. So I was like, okay, they took like 10 years to build it, but finally somehow they nailed it perfectly. So that's happening in Saudi Arabia. Riyadh Expo is happening in 2030. Saudi Vision 2030 also.
World Cup is happening also.
World Cup is happening in
2034.
2034. Literally everything is happening in Saudi Arabia right now. So the good thing is that this event also happened. Today is 4th day. Most probably in our newsletter today, we'll give you a summary of the whole 4 days. So again, subscribe.
Stay tuned.
Go and find the link and subscribe. Even in if you're listening it on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you're listening to this show, we'll put the subscription link in the description. And if you're looking at it on the video platform, two handsome guys sitting and doing this Smashi Business show, you can go down, scroll down in the description. We'll put a link to subscribe to the newsletter. We also have a WhatsApp now, so you can join us on WhatsApp. Whichever platform you prefer, we're there.
You'll find us there.
Just write Smashi Business, SMASHI, and business. You know the spelling of business if you're listening to us.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you, Abdullah.
Thank you very much,
Thank you,
Manjit, for this. And
Yeah.
thank you, everyone.
So we'll see you tomorrow, Thursday, 13th of February 2024. Till then, take care. And if you're one of the 1.34 million listeners that we have on our Augustus Media Podcast Network, thank you very much for listening.
have a good day.
Keep listening.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.